makes it easier to bear. Yeah. You won't regret it, no.
When a human interacts with a machine, safety has to come into place. Whatever that machine is, whatever that equipment is. In this case, it's vehicles. So who do I have here? I have a special guest here today, my partner in driver safety and fleet safety. Who else better than the man himself, Albert Smith. How you doing?
Thanks. Fine, Chris. Hope you're good too, man.
I'm good, man. It's nice to have you here, man.
Nice to be here myself.
Nice to have you.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Always a pleasure hanging out. We live in a world that is filled with so much chaos. And personally, I believe businesses were created to bring order where there's chaos. And I think it's a blessing that we actually cross paths because we share the same mindset, we share the same vision, especially when it comes to fleet and driver safety. You've been doing this for way longer than I've been as far as Ghana is concerned, right? And I'm just wondering, what do you think is the number one recurring challenge in this country when it comes to driver safety and drivers? What's this perspective? What do you think is that number one recurring problem?
Now, one of the major problems that I've realized over the years has to do with complacency. Complacency on the part of every driver here in Ghana.
Why do you say that?
Everybody feels that they know what they do too well. You talk to some people, they feel they've been driving for 10 years, for 15 years, for 20 years. So at the end of the day, they don't even want to listen to you, but you want to train them. Everybody feels that they know what to do better than what you are going to tell them to do. Okay, so one of the major problems we have here has to do with people feeling they know too well, people feeling they are too comfortable with what you do now. So every driver on the road feels that I'm a master of what I do. So what are you going to tell me now? So that's how come we have problems on the road now. Because this driver, the public transport driver feels that, yo, you're a driving school driver. I learned how to drive when you were not born. But in actual fact, when you sit to teach these people, you realize that they know nothing. Especially about the rules on the road, what the law says, and actually how to maneuver themselves safely on the road. People are actually upset. When it's time for training, you sit with these people, and then before you start, some are even telling you that they've got time, they don't have time, they have to move out, they have to do this, blah, 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 and all that. But when you start speaking, and they start listening to you, and you see everything is calm down the road. Because they tend to realize that they know nothing. That is a problem. Yeah.
I'll call you a master at this because it's not very easy to get people to listen to what you have to say. I guess my question to you now is, how were you able to get these people who felt that they knew everything there was to driving safely on the road? How were you able to get them to listen to you, for them to even get to a point where they discover that, wow, I think I need to listen to this guy. He obviously knows a lot of stuff that I don't know. How do you get them to pay attention?
It was very difficult to get people to listen to you, to get people to give you the opportunity to do what you wanted to do. So over time, it's been difficult, but most of the job that we've done has been based on referrals. Because you work for this company and then they realize that, yo, there's something good in this guy. Then the business starts coming. And it keeps going and going. Now, how do you get these people to listen to you?
In the classroom.
Yeah, the intro. You sit down, we just look at the demeanor of the people in there. Then you give them the intro of what you want to talk about. The topics you want to treat. For 3 hours, for 4 hours, for 2 days sometimes. Yeah? And people are forced to listen to you. And at the end of the training, they come take your contact.
That always happens.
Yes.
Always.
And at the end of the day, they start telling people about you. Other people start calling you. Okay, so I have this church group. I want you to come talk to my church group. Other businesses start calling you. Oh, okay, so I heard of you, blah, 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 and all that. So that's how it goes. Most of the business we've had now is based on referrals. It's very difficult getting people to understand the concept. It's very difficult to get people to buy into the business idea. But then when they do, they always follow it. So that's how it goes. That's good.
Albert Smith, it's always great. And one of the things that I love that you do, you know, when we actually get into the classroom with these drivers, is the number one question: do accidents happen or do they occur? And I just love the look on everybody's face when that question is rolled out. People start wondering, what's the meaning of occur? What's the meaning of happen? And it gets them to think, and then they understand that, look, the time that we have here with these guys that are here, these consultants, we really, really need to pay attention. And if the government is not going to do a lot about it, we're going to do what we can. And that's what I think is special about what we do here at Fountain Fleet Solutions. Tune in next time.
Proof. I guess I got my swagger back. Truth. New watch alert. New blows. All the big face rolly I got.